What's up, Bertini fam? So as you can see, I'm out here at the Trask Performance booth. Again, this is day 2 for me. Make sure if you're interested in coming by and checking out the bike, you come and swing by and you say what's up. Also, don't forget, Trask is doing free turbo installs. So if you're interested in putting on a turbo kit onto your bike, make sure you come and check them out and let them know that Michael Bertini from YouTube sent you, and they'll go ahead and take care of you. If you have not yet clicked subscribe, please do me a big favor and click that subscribe button right now. This way you can stay up to date on all of my future content. With that being said, go ahead and roll the intro. Well, Bertini fam, as promised, we're here at the Hofmann Designs booth. For those of you all who don't know, Hofmann Designs, they are the kings of carbon fiber. If you've been following my channel for some time, you know my entire bike is outfitted with full carbon fiber parts. All of my parts have come in from Hofmann Designs. So they are the kings. They're the kings of not just carbon fiber, but innovation in the carbon fiber space. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be going through some of their products, seeing their product lineup, as well as going through some of the bikes they have here on display, which, by the way, some of them, for the right price, are for sale. All right, so there's somebody really special that I want to introduce you guys to. This is Mikael. If you guys have been in the industry for any time, I'm sure you recognize Mikael's face. Mikael has been in our space for over 13 years. He was with Clockworks actually for over 13 years. So I'm gonna let Mikael give an intro on himself, and he's gonna walk us through some of the products that you see here behind me, and then we'll go through some of the bikes. So Mikael, tell us a little bit about what we see here today and yourself.
Right on, guys. Hey, good to talk to everybody today. My name is Mikael, like Michael said. I've been in the industry for a long time now. A lot of guys know this face from the Clockworks. So if you have a Clockworks or the best windshield on the market, you've probably talked to me or dealt with me at a rally or in the phone or in person.
Awesome, Mikael. Now, Mikael, there's a lot of parts, and I know a lot of my viewers have already seen a lot of stuff, but there's a lot, I don't want to say some, but a lot of innovation going on here, and so we want to get into that. In terms of the fender, can you walk me through, because I know not all carbon fiber is created equal. A lot of people don't know that, and so can you walk me through? I know we have the rear fender here and a few other fenders.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's one of our carbon fiber rear fenders. It's a traditional carbon color and weave. One of the things that we're proud of is we're the first company to bring carbon fiber products to the Harley-Davidson V-twin market. Curtis has been working really hard for a long time before he released this to the market to design it and engineer it to last on Harley-Davidsons, which you know vibrate more than any motorcycle on the market.
Oh yeah.
The last thing you want is spend a lot of money on a carbon fiber part and have it crack, or it yellow or discolor, all of those things.
That's actually a big one, by the way, the discoloration. A lot of people don't understand carbon fiber, and so even on supercars, and I know from the exotic car world, people don't realize that carbon fiber, if you don't do it the right way, it can discolor. And so I know a lot of people, it's hard to see in videos, which is why I'm highly recommending people come see you guys in person. But the amount of coat that you guys, whatever it is you guys put on this thing, it's crazy, because it really does make it last.
No, absolutely. There's a high quality, automotive grade, UV clear coat protectant that not only protects the material from the UV rays in the sun, but allows it so that if you get a scratch on this or something, you can buff it out just like you would a painted fender.
Yeah.
So it's a really great process that keeps the part looking like new for a long time.
Yeah, these are really good. And by the way, so that's actually happened to me a few times. Obviously, with everybody who works on the bike, it has gotten some scratches, and we literally buff them out.
Right, a tool falls on it, you scratch it with your boot or something if you have a saddlebag lid cover. Those things happen to all of us, and just like you can bring your paint back to life, this is very well protected. You can do the same thing.
Awesome.
One of the other cool things that we do here at Hofmann Designs that nobody else is doing is colors. We are the only company that can offer you carbon fiber product, a traditional real carbon fiber product, but with color in the carbon fiber material.
Yeah.
So you can see we have a dash here, we have a rear fender here, and maybe even better, we'll probably show you these parts on a motorcycle.
Yeah, these look amazing, by the way. And I just want to say that this is, in my mind, this is what also adds to you guys being in innovation, industry leaders in the carbon fiber space. And I know you guys also do custom weaves as well.
That's right. In addition to the traditional carbon fiber pattern, there are different patterns that you can get, a honeycomb, a checkerboard, and some others. So we're the only company that offers that. All of our products are handmade here in the United States, and we're happy that they're designed for your Harley-Davidson. We are a V-twin company designing and innovating V-twin products for you guys. So thanks for all the support.
Now, one thing I do want to state is, because a lot of people don't know this about Hofmann Designs, and I spoke to Curtis, actually, so the owner, which we will be speaking to him shortly here, but we spoke about this, but Curtis took a risk. When nobody was doing this stuff, Curtis was the one who took the risk.
Absolutely.
And went ahead and did something like this.
Absolutely. I've been friends with Curtis for a long time, and you know, when we first started hanging out and stuff, it was the big wheel bagger craze, and he was one of the guys building top bikes in the country, lay frame, 30-inch wheel baggers, and even in that market, he had some pretty cool innovative products that other bike builders were using. And that said, you're right, Michael, he did take a big step. He knew that performance baggers was the next thing, and before it was really a big trend, he started building performance baggers. He took the risk in creating the molds and doing everything he did. He invested heavily into creating these carbon fiber parts when nobody was doing that. Everyone was doing longer and longer bags, heavier and heavier with fiberglass and all that stuff. And he changed the game, making lightweight parts, strong, designed for Harleys. And you can see now where the performance game has gone. So
awesome. And now you're going to walk me through some bikes, so we'll go ahead and jump in. We'll take a look at some of the bikes.
Let's go check it out.
Awesome. All right, so Mikael, what are we looking at here? What is this bike? Obviously, I see a lot of your red carbon bits that are tying in really, really nicely with the red of this bike. So what are we looking at here?
Right. So this is a 2006 Street Glide. With the performance bagger trend, now there's been a resurgence of old bikes, the skinny tire baggers that we're calling them, where people are buying 07 and later baggers and putting all the performance parts in it. Curtis got a really good deal on this 06 Street Glide, and he decided to add our signature wheels, our carbon fiber body parts, along with other cool parts. This particular bike has our double carbon fiber red in it, so it's a Kevlar red with a reflective red weaved into it, so you can really see where the sun hits it. It sparkles really nice and has a really different look to it for sure. But let me open this up so you can see that it is a real carbon fiber part. So it's not a wrap. It's not something that a sticker or anything. It's true carbon fiber.
This is nice. Now, a few things that I want to talk about on this bike. So one, in my mind, this is where, you know, you take old school and you're like, you know what, I don't want to buy a new bike. I love my bike the way it is, but I want to bring it to the new age. I want it to be performance driven. I want to reduce the weight on my bike because I want it to be quicker, perform better, handle better, etc. That's where I see that this really comes in. Is that an accurate statement?
That's right. It's a perfect statement because this bike, as an 06, the previous owner had actually already done some motor work. So it started life as an 88 cubic inch, but now it's a 95. So it already had some, you know, performance built into it. That said, throw on a new Trask air cleaner, a Trask 2-in-1, and you know, you modernized it and bringing it to the new age here.
And what is this? Quick question, because this caught my eye, and I haven't seen these risers yet from anybody. Who makes these risers? Who makes this setup right here? I know a lot of guys now are wanting to run their Power Visions here, or you know, whatever it is that they have,
right,
you know, running it over here in the front. What is this setup and who makes it?
Michael, you found the new trick part. We're proud at Hofmann Designs to announce that we're now going to start creating a whole line of signature billet parts. So these are Hofmann Designs risers. It's a prototype piece that we are debuting here at Daytona. It's going to be modular, where you can have different things that you adapt or connect onto here. So this is our Power Vision mount. Some guys will want to run gauges, a dual gauge, a single gauge. We'll make mounts for different things. So it'll be very, very cool. Things that we're working on right now. So
that's awesome. And then one more thing, because I need to get my hands on one of these. I haven't seen these on any bikes other than the ones that are here at the booth. Where do you guys get these from?
Also Hofmann Designs. So it's all.
So this is another product that you guys...
Yep, absolutely. So you're finding all the kind of the new trick parts that we've been secretly working on here over the winter, and we'll be producing and making available soon here for the riding season. So gas caps, different things. This is our carbon fiber dash. It's been painted to red just to match the red on the bike.
I knew I recognized it.
But it is our carbon fiber dash. You know, Curtis painted it on purpose just to show people what you can do. But carbon fiber along with the gas tank skins. Now he did cheat a little bit here, or by cheating I mean a little custom fabrication work, because our dash fits the 6-gallon tank for 08 and later bikes. So for those of you really paying attention, this is an 06 with an 08 and later gas tank. So he modified the tank to put it on this bike so he could run the dash. Not the easiest thing to do, but pretty trick.
It came out so nice. This bike, really, in my mind, it's like if you, like you said, you put a lot of money into motor work, you've built this bike up, and you're like, you know what, I want to bring it, you know, quote unquote, into the new age. I want to reduce weight. I'm tired of riding around on my old heavy thing.
That's right.
This is it. I mean, you know, and for a few $1,000s, you're bringing you know, versus spending another $30,000 or $40,000, you're really bringing a really nice bike back to life.
Absolutely, yeah. The guy that owned this bike, you know, older gentleman, you know, loved his bike, had some power put into it, but that's about it. You know, that's all this bike ever saw. Now it has full, you know, lifted suspension, front and rear. It has actually a really cool, some new trees and setup from HHI. And longer extension, and then their lower legs, which is a pretty cool part. So he did put a lot of cool stuff into this old bike to modernize it and make it cool and fun, and now all the young guys are wanting to put their hands on it and take it out for a spin. Awesome.
Now we're gonna walk through some other bikes that you have here. Before we do that, Hofmann, and I know people probably have seen this with my more recent videos, because I now run Hofmann Designs wheels. You guys also offer wheels as well.
That's right. To go along with our other billet parts, you know, Hofmann has actually already been selling these signature line of billet wheels that he has specially made for us. And very cool, strong, very strong wheels, lightweight, that you can get. Offered in a variety of different colors, 19-inch, 21-inch for the front, and 18 for the rear.
Very nice. Yeah, these look great. And then now on this bike over here, what is this?
So this is a 2021 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide. It's a very popular bike right now for the guys, you know, looking at the CVOs and the newer bikes. Curtis was able to get his hands on this and wanted to do a performance bagger theme twist to the CVO bikes. You don't often see a CVO with carbon fiber parts or, you know, a cool D&D 2-in-1, but here you are. Just a few, without heavily modifying the bike, it's what you can do to get on the bike.
Perfect. Now I notice for sale here, is this bike for sale?
It is for sale. It is for sale. If you're looking for a CVO with some carbon fiber parts and a few other performance stuff on it, don't waste your time, you know. By the time you buy the bike, wait for way too much money at the dealership, put some more money into it, you could probably get this one and save yourself the headache. So
now question, if somebody was interested in purchasing this, obviously we're here at Destination Daytona, we're here at Roth Myers. If they were interested, but let's say they couldn't make it to the show for whatever reason, wherever they're at in the country, is this something that they can call you up and or email you and get a hold of you to purchase this bike?
Absolutely. You know, follow us on Instagram, you know, like us on Facebook, Hofmann Designs. Look us up on the Google machine, give us a call, send us an email. However you gotta get a hold of us. If you're interested in the motorcycle, if you're interested in any of the carbon fiber parts, if you just have questions and you wanna ask, we're happy to help. My name's Mikael. Give us a call. We'll work out the details. We'll make it happen.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right, so I have another person that I want y'all to meet here who's going to walk us through a very, very special bike. It's actually a bike that is trending right now. Now, the person I want to introduce you to here is Serge. Serge, say what's up.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
So, Serge is actually who I've been dealing with for the longest time. I know many of you all know this from my videos and also in the comments section. Serge is the one who I bug all the time whenever I need something. And so, now you guys can put a face to Serge. So Serge, what is it that we have going on here? Also, really quick, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, before we jump into the bike, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do at Hofmann Designs. I know you do a lot, so.
Yeah, so, you know, I've started working for Curtis in June of this year. Came from the Harley business. Curtis has been a friend of mine and just decided to get out of LA and go to Minnesota and kind of live the small town life. So yeah, now I get to do cool things like this and get to hang out with cool people like Mikael and see pretty bikes like this. So
awesome. Yeah. Can you walk us through this bike, all that's done? I know this is a customer's bike,
yeah,
right?
So this is Adam, aka Road Glide Destroyer. I mean, I don't even think that we could sit here and go over everything on this bike in one take. Yeah. So if we're gonna just start from the front, he's running our 21 signature wheels. He's got radial Brumbos on it, Arlen Ness front end, My Machinist triple trees and power vision holder, the paint job, Lucky Strike, and they just absolutely knocked it out of the park. I mean, there is nothing on this bike that just has not been touched. 131 HPI. I mean, this thing
is crazy.
Yeah, Speed Metal Fab side covers. And he actually, you know, we said we were going to release, you know, our chop bags, which were just a little bit behind on it. Well, him and Lucky Strike said, screw it, we're doing our own. They went ahead and chopped them themselves, did a shorty fender. I mean,
now question, because I just heard what you just said. It didn't happen in time, obviously, for Daytona Bike Week, but you know, and I've mentioned this time and time again, you guys are the leading edge when it comes to carbon fiber anything, and so there is a plan in the works, because I know, you know, since I chopped my rear fender, I've been getting a lot of comments on that. Did I buy that directly from Hofmann? Yes, obviously my rear fender is from you guys. I ended up chopping it myself for the same exact reason. I wanted it done, you know, for the show, but you guys are going to be doing it.
It's in the works. Our saddlebags are going to have a little bit of flavor to them. We do have ones that are, it's basically going to be a little cut on the side, kind of matching or flowing with our FXR style side covers. The other cool option with this that we're going to be bringing to the table, because we know guys are doing wheelies and because we know not everybody wants to spend that carbon money, they're going to be made out of fiberglass as well. So that's one thing that it's going to be an optional thing. Shorty fender, chopped rear bags. It'll still fit our OEM style lids or Harley's OEM lids. All of our stuff is an OEM fitment, pre-drilled. Not going to have to drill anything on that rear fender besides the seat dock.
Man, that is nice. I have a question. And obviously I drilled my seat dock. So what is the reason why something like that isn't factory topped? Is that because every seat has its own play and movement in it?
So here's one thing. So for starters, like if someone wants to run the solo seat, well, Harley's solo seats have 2 holes up in the front here. Some other solo seats have a tab with just 1 hole on the back. So if a guy just wants to run that solo seat, he doesn't want to have a hole back there.
That's true.
And if you look at Harleys, they always got that black plastic plug in the fender.
That's true.
We want to give our customers the option, and like, you know, you did it.
Yeah.
It ain't that hard.
It's not that hard.
We deal with that question all the time, and it's just like, hey, get the blue painter's tape out, put the seat on once, take the seat off, put it on again, mark it twice, mark it 3 times if you want. Start small, go to big, and it's easy.
It really is easy. And if you guys are interested, obviously, in purchasing any of the Hofmann Designs rear, well, any of the Hofmann Design stuff, but specifically in the rear fender, you guys can check out my video. I'll go ahead and put a link to that and show you guys how I did mine. Look, I'm not a body guy at all, and so for me to be able to do something like that, it really wasn't hard. It probably took like 10-15 minutes to do. You know, I think it was just my OCD looking over and over and over again. So
yeah, it's definitely more than measure twice, cut once. It's when you're dealing with carbon fiber, that's kind of the scary, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally understandable.
For sure. Now on this side of the bike, whose floorboards and stuff like this are they running?
This is all Thrashing, HBI pipe. It's one off. He's got the Baker crutch box on it. I mean, yeah, this bike definitely, you know, he's got the custom Street Bob, you know, the 2018 and later Softail Street Bob gauge cluster on there, getting rid of the bigger, you know, twin gauge.
That is nice. That's a lot of wiring work. So
and something else you guys should just keep an eye out for. This is our new billet stuff. We've got some of it here down at Daytona, so if you want to come check it out, we're here.
This is really nice, by the way. Obviously, I'm gonna be reaching out to you guys to pick up one of these things. This has to be new on my bike. And then also too, you guys are making for the oil as well.
Dipstick covers, yep.
Yep.
And then, you know, we're trying to get into, you know, making our own risers and just, you know, trying to set ourselves, you know, into another direction and coming out with some cool new stuff.
I love it, and I love it too because it's one of those things where you guys obviously have brilliant minds. You guys are super creative, and so it is one of those things that it's like sometimes when you meet people like that who do have that mindset and are very creative, and then it's limited to a certain kind of product, and so it's awesome to see that you guys are now going into the billet world and clearly coming out with such like nice high quality and different stuff. You know, I'm happy obviously with my current cover that, you know, I got from you guys, but one of the things that I do like is the fact of how this is raised up. It reminds me of the 12-point screws.
Yep.
You know, or bolts I should say.
It's kind of funny, like we you know, this is something that one of the first products that I designed personally. You know, me and Curtis worked together, you know, and we just discussed it, and it was like, okay, we started with one design. Well, I mean, after I would say about 4 different designs, this is what we came up with. And I mean, to the point where I actually had 12-point hardware on my desk, all different styles, and just looking at every little detail. And, you know, one of the details was like this little cut on the side. Like, well, it only went to the point, and it's like, okay, so sitting there designing that to make it look like a traditional 12-point, I mean, that's just the kind of stuff that we, you know, get with. So.
That's awesome. And now when is this going to be available for sale? When is it hitting your website? When can people start purchasing this, and what color ways are you guys doing this in?
So right now we literally, I mean, this stuff came with me in my backpack Friday when I flew out here. That's why it's literally just been tumbled and acid etched. We will be offering it chrome, black, you know, raw. We don't have any price point yet because we literally just got this stuff done. So right now, we just wanted to bring it out here, let the people see it, touch it, smell it, feel it, you know, just kind of, and get people's reactions to it, just see what they really, you know, what they're feeling on it. And so hopefully, I would say probably within the next couple months,
nice.
Just stay tuned, and yeah, and we'll be coming out with some other killer stuff that, yeah.
Very cool. So you guys will obviously be seeing these on my channel for sure. You'll be seeing this, and you'll be seeing the dipstick cover. That's always a tongue twister for me. Serge, thank you so much, brother. Yeah. Appreciate you.
Thank you, bud.
So I was able to track down a very busy person. I was able to get a hold of Curtis. Now, obviously, you all know I've been working with Hofmann Designs for some time now. All the parts on my bike, right, all of my carbon fiber, everything that I've done, right, to significantly reduce the weight on my bike has come from Hofmann. I want to introduce you guys to Curtis. Curtis is a great person. Obviously, that's the reason why we have a relationship, right? That's the reason why we work together. We have very similar values, and so that's how their products make it on my bike in the first place. Obviously, you guys know my bike represents the top quality in the industry, and so that's why I want to introduce you to Curtis Hofmann. And so Curtis,
hey, what's up everybody?
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. This is really cool of you to do something like this for me. So really quick, I know this, you and I have spoken, you know, for some time about this off camera, but in terms of the brand and how Hofmann Designs got started, just a quick FYI for everybody, you came to market with carbon fiber, you came to market with doing something nobody else was doing, you took the risk. Talk to me a little bit about Hofmann Designs and how you guys got to be where you're at today.
Yeah, the biggest thing like for us was we've been doing this, we've been in business since 2009. I'm a motorcycle guy, I've been in the industry for literally my entire life. So with that being said, in 2009 I started Hofmann Designs. You know, we did service, we did repair, we did, worked on pro streets and choppers and all that kind of stuff. We did a lot of stuff in the big wheel world that, is still using today, and we haven't done it in 10 years. So it's really cool to see that. A lot of people kind of forget that backstory of us, of, what we did in the big wheel world and things like that. And it's about 2015, I got really burnt out on big wheel baggers. And I said, these bikes, they're not fun to ride anymore. I love designing them and building them, things like that. But I want to literally, my time is so pressed at that point. I want to literally turn the ignition switch, hop on and go, rail through, curves and, just rip around and not have to worry about, air ride and parking and
yeah.
Parking, and hitting the saddlebags and stuff like that on a curb and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to go just bar none complete opposite. And so we started, in like 2015, really going performance oriented. We did a couple new street glides, did some road glides, and basically back then there wasn't anything. I mean, you had, a couple guys were making risers, a couple guys were making exhaust and stuff like that. Suspension was just kind of starting to come into the game. So we did a couple things like that. We did some really wild colors, and things like that. And then in 2016, I said, what if we bring carbon fiber to the market for baggers? Now, there are guys out there doing carbon fiber for Ducatis and sport bikes and all that kind of stuff. Nobody was doing it for Harley-Davidson baggers. And so I'm like, well, baggers is our niche market. We've been doing baggers for a long time. Let's make it, lighter, cooler, stronger, everything like that. Our first thing was cosmetics. We wanted just rad looking parts. With that, a slight, decrease in, increase in weight loss came available. So we did that. Over the time, weight got more critical and things like that. So we redesigned our process, and that's the product that's on the market now. You have the same high quality look, and you also have a substantially lighter part than we had on the market originally. So it took us about a year of R&D to do the carbon, and then with that, it was we hit the market, and we've been on the market for about 5 years now. And every year we're just adding more products and trying to keep up with the demand and things like that.
Yeah, now just one thing to highlight, and I want to bring this out because a lot of the brands I've been speaking with, I know a lot of the brands that I already work with, and speaking with the owners of these different brands, you realize that there's a common trend, and that is that R&D is taken very seriously. Yeah. There's a lot of money that goes into R&D, which people are like, oh, you probably created this idea, and then it was like, boom, it came into fruition, and it's like, no cost associated with it, like it just happened, right? And it's funny because, we own a business and we understand that it takes a lot to get to the point where you have a finished product. Yep. Right? And some of the new stuff that you're coming out to market, how many times you do something before it's the actual right product, right? Right,
yeah, and I mean that's the biggest thing is R&D, R&D, R&D. I mean, all these companies that are doing, high-end products and you're selling a lot of it, we're all R&D'ing it. You'll get those other guys that pop into market and they want, oh, that guy's selling that, I can make that, let's just go right to market. And they're not testing it, they're not R&D'ing it, they're not stress testing it, they're not putting it on the street. It's from manufactured part right onto a bike, and that's where you see failure rate. Unfortunately, that's what can happen. So, and again, the same with us. When we still build bikes, we don't build as many as we used to, but when we do, we use the companies that have the same core values as us, same everything like that, and vice versa. I mean, you go and all the top manufacturers and different guys that do build bikes, they're using our products as well.
Yeah.
So right. You cruise around the lot here, and our parts are on
all the top build, every top build,
yes.
Every top build.
Yep.
It's funny, as I've been going around the show and people have been recognizing my bike and they're coming up and we're talking about the parts, they're like, oh yeah, I run all Hofmann too. It's like every top build, any person who is investing into their bike, it is literally the top quality components. And it's so funny because you can see the trend of parts on all of our bikes. It's literally like, okay, same manufacturer, same manufacturer, same. It is what it is.
Yeah, and
right?
that's to us that's the coolest thing. I mean, we are ridiculously thankful for everybody running our product, trusting in us, supporting us and things like that. Understanding what we do, understanding why there's a lead time and things like that. And I mean, it's we're beyond thankful for that.
Yeah, awesome, cool. Well, Curtis, thank you so much. I appreciate, obviously, you coming on and doing this with us. I wanted to give everybody, the viewers, an inside look into Hofmann Designs and the products that you offer. Like everybody knows, I run all your stuff, so I appreciate you guys. And also, too, thank you so much for the innovation component to Hofmann Designs, because I know you guys are not like a, stay complacent company. You guys are constantly producing new stuff, coming out with new ideas and innovative stuff that nobody else literally is doing. So thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Really appreciate it. Look out for more new stuff for this year.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
With that being said, remember, you're going to be getting a lot of Daytona Bike Week 2022 content from my sponsors, so make sure you click that subscribe button. This way you can stay up to date with all of my future episodes and content. Don't forget, you'll always find in all of my videos product description links back to the brands that I work with. As you know, these are top quality brands, so make sure if you reach out to them, if you want to talk to them over the phone, you let them know that Michael Bertini sent you, and of course, they'll be taking care of you. With that being said, Remember, make sure you're putting good energy out there into the world and you're paying it forward. I'll check y'all out later. Bye now.